This conversation is confidential. I do want to let you know that, and I do value your confidentiality.
Mhm.
However, I do have to report things as such as intent to hurt yourself or somebody else, or any forms of abuse like child abuse or elder abuse. So I just want to know that those are things, um, exceptions, confidentiality. Other than that, everything that's said between us stays between us. With that being said, I want to ask you a few questions. Um, are you having thoughts of harming yourself?
No, I mean, but like, do I have days where like I wish I didn't wake up? Yeah, but I feel like almost everybody does. But like, do I have like a set out in stone like plan to go like kill myself? No,
Okay, so you have no plan to harm yourself.
no, no,
Okay. Okay. Do you have any plan to harm anyone else?
no.
Okay, that's good. Was that it? Hello.
Hi.
Come on in. My name's Crystal. I'm the social worker here at Behavioral Health. How are you doing today?
I mean, I guess I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good. Um, what's your name?
My name's Ashley.
Can you tell me a hello?
Hi.
Come on in. My name's Crystal. I'm the social worker here at Behavioral Health. How are you doing today?
I mean, I guess I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good. Um, what's your name?
My name's Ashley.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What's going on with you? What brought you here?
I mean, I feel like I get asked this all the time, especially with like new therapists that I go to. But I mean, like, it is what it is. So, okay, well, I'm 28 years old and I battle with depression and anxiety. So, that's my main two issues right now. So, yeah.
So you've been struggling with depression and anxiety. How long's that been going on?
I mean, I think it's been going on since I was about maybe like 15 years old. Um, I just didn't really want to go to school anymore. Getting up for school, just I don't know, like just getting out of bed was really difficult for me. Like I just wanted to stay in bed. Like I really didn't have a lot of friends and that's what like caused my anxiety because like I would see all these other people that would have like loads of friends and me, I was like the loner and everything. So it just made it so hard and I just like wanted to fit in so bad, but I always felt like I never fit in with anybody.
Right.
So
So, um, how has that had an impact in your life dealing with depression and anxiety?
I mean like it's I don't know, like I would say I guess not as bad as some others, but like living on my own, I think has been the most challenging because of course like when you live with your parents, like they make you get up. And I will say that like my parents never really understood like all the things that I was going through, especially in my head, because they're not or they wasn't on like the big like mental health stuff. So they was just like suck it up and get over it, you'll be fine. Cause like I do remember there was a couple times when I would have to call my mom like crying at school, like begging her to come get me because my anxiety was so high. But you know, she would never do that. And that's another story for another day. But it's like living on my own, like I don't have them to tell me to get up. So usually just I just stay in my bed, and so cleaning is hard, like, washing the dishes can be hard, like, even taking a shower, like, there's, like, times when I don't even, like, feel like taking a shower, it just feels like the energy is just so zapped out of me that I just don't wanna do anything, and sometimes it's, like, really hard to keep jobs, like, I think I've had, like, 6 jobs so far because I will go to work, and I'm happy that I have a job and that I'm making money, and I feel I don't know, it just makes me feel, like, really good about myself, like I'm being productive, okay? And so that feeling will just go away, and then I lose that, I guess what you say, like, motivation,
Hmm.
and so I will just make up reasons to call off work, and then when I keep continuing to call off work, like, it makes my anxiety go through the roof because 'cause I'm just like, "Oh, here I go again, I'm gonna get fired again." But, before I've got fired, I've just quit. So, right now, I've held a job for about 3 months, and I'm
That's
starting to get
great.
Thank you. But it's like I'm starting to get to that feeling again to where I'm just losing motivation, and I hate that.
That's a big, yeah, that's a big part of depression and anxiety. Have you ever tried medication?
I mean, I have tried medication, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. It's just to me, I feel like nothing works. So, but I understand doctors are like, "Oh, you gotta give it time to, like, get into your system." But no, like, I just need it to work, like, I just wanna feel better.
Right.
So, right now, am I on any medication? No.
And Ashley, that's one thing about medication that, it is it's trying, having to try different kinds of medication that doesn't work for you and you feel like giving up. But that's one thing about medication you really have to do is remain consistent and, open communication with your doctor about if it's working or not. But you really do have to give it that time to see it through, to see if it works for you.
Yeah,
And I know.
but it's like, I've also heard of, like, people having to go through medication after medication after medication, and it's just, like, continuing, and they change their medication all the time, and, like, I don't want that to be me.
Okay.
So, that's, like, really a downer too, is just, like, how many medications am I gonna have to go through before I find the right one, and what happens if I don't ever find the right one?
Well, you really don't know till you try, and that's unfortunately just part of it when you suffer from anxiety and depression. That trial and error. Not everyone wants to take medication, and medication doesn't work for everyone. But there's other ways you can cope. Do you have any coping skills? Any way you have been coping?
I mean, really, I think the only thing that helps me at this moment is, like, I do come home from work and I do drink me a little bit. So, and that seems to really take the edge off.
Okay. So, how often are you drinking?
So, I don't know, like every night that I work. And I mean, like, I only work like maybe like 3 or 4 days a week. I'm just a part-timer right now. But maybe like 3 or 4 times a week I'll come home and I drink.
Have you been using alcohol to cope for a long time?
I mean, I really wouldn't say that I've been using alcohol, like, to cope with it for a long time. Like, I don't know, like, I've just recently noticed it. Like,
Mm.
maybe I've
Okay.
been doing this, like, for the past, like I said, 3 months.
And do you see that as having a negative impact on your life?
Mm, I mean, I guess I can kinda see where, um it does help me sleep a little better at night, but I do notice, like, when I get up in the morning, like, I'm more groggy, and of course, like you get the headaches from it as well, and you just feel hungover and stuff. So,
Right. Have you
and I
used
don't
anything else besides alcohol to cope?
know, that's it.
Okay. Would you be interested in seeing someone, one of our psychiatrists for med management
Be like mean med management.
to try medication again for your anxiety and depression? Would you like to give that a try?
I mean, I guess I can give it another try. Like, it always doesn't hurt. It's just like I said, it's just my biggest fear, or it may be like my anxiety talking about like what if you're just one of these people that just continue to go through meds after meds and nothing works, and I'm gonna be stuck like this for the rest of my life. So I mean, yeah, like I guess I can try anything.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good to start somewhere, and then just go from there and
Hmm.
see how it helps you and just remain consistent with it, see what happens. Also, I think it would be really good to learn some coping skills, some positive coping skills for you.
Yeah.
Um, we have a mental health IOP group that's really good that teaches coping skills to deal with mental health. If you're interested in that, I'll give you some information about that, and they would be happy to help you up front to make an appointment to screen for that. It's peers would be involved, people that you can relate with that suffer from anxiety and depression, among other things. And you're taught about, anxiety, depression, and ways to cope and how it affects the brain. And it's a really beneficial class that
I
could
mean, I
give you some support as well.
I mean, I guess that wouldn't hurt. So I mean, like I guess yeah, I could give that a try.
Okay. I mean that's good. I mean, it sounds like you're willing to do. I mean, that you want to make changes. You
Yeah.
feel like you're ready to make some changes?
I mean, yeah, I guess it is time because, like I said, I'm 28 years old, and looking back, like having six jobs and stuff, and I mean, like I don't, of course, like I just don't want to live like this all my life. Like I want to have have a good life, and I just don't want these issues to keep like
Mhm.
keeping me from that.
Right. And you don't have to. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like there's any hope when it comes to that, but there really is. There's so much help out there and, so much education about these things. And so many people are dealing with the same thing you are. So you're not alone. And that's really good to know. And I think the group will help you a lot in that matter. Um, What other things in your life are you really, you know, any concerns? You said you had stable housing. You do have a job right now. Are your needs met? Do you have food, clothing, a
Yeah, I have.
vehicle, transportation? You
Yeah,
do?
I have all that. Like, I will say, like, even though my parents aren't like big mental health people, like, they do help me with like my needs if I need anything.
Okay,
So,
well, that's really nice. That's great. So they're support in some ways, but in others, they're not.
yeah, yeah, I will say
Yeah.
that. It's like the financial part, yeah,
Right.
but
Do you,
not the mental health.
right. Do you have any positive supports in your life that you can talk to about your mental health and what's going on with you?
I mean, I guess like my aunt, I can talk to my aunt about it. Like, I've always been super close with her. So, and I've always told her like everything that like has been going on in my head, how I'm feeling. And she's always seemed like very supportive. Like I remember the nights when I would just be, crying in my bed because my parents didn't understand like to call her up. And she did make me feel better. So at least I have her.
Yes, I mean that's important to have somebody you can talk to and don't let anyone undermine your feelings and what you're going through because that is valid. And some people just don't understand. They're just not educated, so um, finding someone that understands and that you can be comfortable with is extremely important. And
Yeah.
of course, you always have somebody to talk to here as well. So, um, but I really do believe that this group will help you and trying some medication, and we can start from there. And we'll keep meeting. We'll meet next week again if that's okay with you,
Yeah, that's fine.
and we'll get you scheduled for the IOP and medication. Um, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today before you go?
No, I think that's really it, actually.
Well, Ashley, it was really great meeting you today, and I hope that we can meet here next week and we can get some things for you, and we'll meet again.